You look to everyone around you, and you'll see that some people have hooked up, some people have just lost their V card and they are bragging about it. Some people they have relationships that they post on Instagram twice a day, and you're sitting by yourself thinking that will I ever find true love? Will I know that hopeless romantic is still a thing, or it's just in a fairy tale that doesn't exist? You're sitting by yourself in loneliness thinking that you'll eventually find a partner that will love you unconditionally and you will love them unconditionally as well, and you guys will live a happy ever after life together on the mountain, raising children and enjoying life. That sounds amazing, isn't it? But I think that in today's society, especially for the Western country, I think that if you ever say that to like a regular person, they will laugh at you. They'll say that real love is dead. You have to post it on Instagram. You have to do everything like the trends on TikTok. You have to be the real couple inside of other people eye, and for some reason that just make me doesn't want to love a girl anymore. Like I don't want to find love anymore after hearing that. But you know I'll tell you a story of mine and how I find my true love for the first time in my life. It was around 2 years ago. I was in my parents house. They were hosting a party with my parents' friends, and one of my mother's friends came to the party, and she brought her daughter. And when I look at her, oh my god, she was a solid 8 out of 10. And you know when she walked in, she looks kind of cold. She's I don't think like she felt safe around everyone at that time because it was her introduction to my family, right? It's her first time there. And I've been around her for like 30 minutes or 1 hour, and we help our family to prepare for the party, like preparing food, bringing some dishes to the table. And when we actually sat down and have a feast, I look at her again. And you have to know that before all of this, I've never actively talked to a girl before or ever asked her out. But I think to myself that if I don't do it today, then I'll never do it again. I'll never find my true love. And then I speak to her, hey, what's your name? And everything starts from there. Where at first she was really cold and cautious of me, but over time she relaxed her face and started talking happily with me. And a few days later, I asked her to become my girlfriend, and she says yes. Oh my god, I'm so happy! Finally, I got my first ever girlfriend after 18 years of being a loner with no girls ever. As usual, we hang out, and our first date was a $1 milk tea date on a sidewalk. I was broke at that time. I can't buy her shit, and whenever we went out together, which she just hop on my motorbike, and we were riding around the cities, and I'll buy her drinks and stuff. It's like the McDonald's date, but it was way cheaper because in Vietnam everything is so fucking cheap, man. And at first, I thought that I found the love of my life. I started to form a lot of thoughts about the true love, the hopeless romantic stuff. We were living on a mountain in my city, and we were building houses, we were raising kids, we were having feasts like like my mom just did and live a happy forever life. But it turns out that it was all in my imagination. She went to the US eventually to study in a university, and we broke up since then because I don't think that it will work out if we're far away. And she started to you know uh cut in contacts and not texting me regular anymore. And I wonder why. Like, I started to think to myself that why did she love me at the first place? Because of is it because of real love, or is it because of something else like materialistic stuff? Um and I don't want to talk about anything too personal here, but I just took a day off of YouTube, and I've been, going for a walk today after I finished all of my assignments, and I just keep thinking about her, and I have to tell you about her hopeless romantic because of that. And I think that is a fascinating ideology to have, because when you look at the Disney movies like Shrek and Fiona, they have went through all of the challenges and they finally been together in their real form. And I was so happy when I saw that moment. Lord Farquaad has been cooked by Shrek, and I love it. Fuck that short dude. And as a kid, after I watched that, I just want to have a true love, man. Like, in Vietnam, we have a really famous quote that when you live in a bamboo house with nothing, you only need two golden hearts. And for a really long time, I started to, think about that quote a lot. And my, my desire to be someone's partner, to be someone's soulmate, have grew even stronger. But after that breakup, and after you know I I've been brain rotted by social media. you know I I eventually, it's kind of destroyed me inside. And sometimes I'll download Tinder and like Bumble, and then I'll see those girls on there, and they just look like, I mean, they're good looking, but their habits, the thing that they display there, they have a persona that I cannot stand. I just want a really nice girl, but those girls are like, I think some of them might be 3 or 4. I'm not even joking. Like, they have tattoos, they have, I'm not anything against like tattoos and drinking and stuff, but it's just not for me, man. I was raised in a traditional family, and I love traditional girls. I love a girl that can, take care of our family when I'm not around, and just be nice and feminine, and always love me, of course. Yeah, and that's all I need. But today, I see every girls around me that, they seems way too different than what I've seen in the movies, man. I guess I should take a reality check then. Maybe I'm the one that in the wrong here, right? And ooh, I feel really good right now, and I'm not like heartbroken or something, but I just think of that today, and I might be start looking into it more since I got more free time after I finished my assignments. And to those who to you guys who commented, like, I really appreciate. Like, actually, I saw it every day, even though I cannot like your comments or reply because I'm busy with my assignments. But every time I took a break, I read through everything, and you know it just keep me going, man. Like, I've never received this emotional support that strong before, and I got nothing to say, man. But I, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Like, seriously, you guys have helped me. You guys don't know how much your comments have helped me throughout the throughout the few last few days, and I feel like sometimes when I during my assignments, I felt like I should just give up and stop going to university anymore because it was really hard. And when I say really hard, I really mean it. But since you guys are around, I won't let you down. To everyone who support me, I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you next time. Peace.